All right, hello everybody. Our first vehicle is a 21 Jeep Cherokee. These people were traveling through from Illinois, and the auto stop start system, which is terrible on these vehicles, left them stranded in the middle of an intersection because the starter went bad. We're seeing these more and more. The starters are being smoked after just a few years of use. I'm telling you right now, whatever you're saving in fuel, it does not make up for the price of putting the starter in. And where they put it, in the back of the engine, underneath the intake manifold. And we had to take off so many things. Look how nice and neat Henry is right there. You'll see all the parts on the table in a second here. Look at all these things he had to take off just to get to a starter. There's no way you're saving that much money in fuel. No way. I recommend hit that button that it's a little A with a circle around it to defeat this stop start feature. It's in all the new vehicles that are not hybrids. And I strongly recommend just hit that button every single time you get in there, and the starter will last a good long time. And there it is right there. All right, next up is a 2018 BMW X1. First time here. Came in for a coolant leak, and it was coming from the oil cooler slash oil filter housing. The cooler is made out of metal, but the housing is made out of plastic. BMW loves to use a lot of plastic on their cars. But it's not just BMW. A lot of manufacturers are using plastic everywhere, and these things crack and warp and leak over time. Um, we were able to get this done within a couple days. We got all the parts from BMW. The vehicle also had a broken rear coil spring, very common. We do a lot of these. And there's the new one next to the old one. We got that from BMW as well. And the vehicle is all set and back on the road. All right, next up is a 2019 Cadillac XT5. First time customer came in for a coolant leak, and it needs a radiator. And yes, the front bumper cover has to be removed in order to access it, along with the AC condenser. Even if you were to change the entire headlight assembly on most cars, you have to take the bumper cover off. This is Chris taking the radiator out, and we were able to get this done in a day or two for him. And this was in a light accident. That was why it needed the radiator, although it was readily available. So I'm pretty sure the radiators fail anyway. They're all made of plastic now. And that's him putting the bumper cover back on. All right, next up is a 2011 Jeep Liberty. First time customer. Came to us for a transmission fluid leak. And it was coming from the lines and the cooler, which is part of the AC condenser. You can see the top part of the condenser is the transmission cooler. And boy, you can see there's no fins in that thing at all. So that condenser wasn't working at all. And we were able to get them back on the road. Okay, next up is the 2009 Nissan Altima. Came to us for an oil change and a burning smell. The burning smell was actually coming from the brakes on the right front wheel. The brake hose was check valving, which means the fluid is able to go through one way but not the other. That's what a cooked brake rotor looks like. It smoked everything on that side. Here's the new brakes right here. We did pads, rotors, calipers, both hoses, and this is a nice long-term repair. All right, next up is a 2018 Porsche Macan. It was just here for a brake noise, and you would think it would be this expensive repair, but all we had to do was clean and lube the brakes just on this wheel, believe it or not. It was making a ton of noise, and it didn't need anything. All right, next up we have an '07 Toyota RAV4. And this one actually has the six-cylinder. Yes, for a couple of years you could get the six-cylinder engine, and boy, they shoved that thing inside there. It has plenty of power. This is here for a battery light on. It needed an alternator. You had to pull a lot of stuff off in order to get to the alternator. It was the original one. And here's a video of Henry pulling out the alternator. I had to remove the radiator and a few other things. And we're installing the original Denso alternator in there. I assume this will last the rest of the life of the vehicle. This thing's in excellent shape. And here it is, all complete, back on the road. All right, next up is a 13 Honda Pilot. Came in for a coolant leak. Just needed a radiator. This is another one where you have to take some of the front bumper cover off in order to get to it. It was back on the road same day, all nice. All right, next up is a 14 Subaru Impreza. Came in for an AC compressor. Here's the old one. And there's the new one installed. And this is Chris removing the AC condenser. We always require these to be done at the same time. That's the #1 reason compressors fail. The condenser gets plugged up and the clutch gets smoked on the compressor trying to push refrigerant through it. We were able to get it done same day.